Hey everybody, in this tutorial we're going to talk about some of the new updates with Headshot version 1.1. We have a few new things we can do, like we can make some babies. We can also, there's a couple of new improvements to the sculpting mode and the image matching mode, as well as some improvements on the CC3 versus CC3 Plus characters, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first of all, let's get to making some babies here. So we have our main character on the screen. We're going to go up to our headshot tab, and in Pro mode, I'm going to open up an image, and you can see this cute little baby we have here. And body type, we now have the option to make a baby. All right, there's male, female, of course. They have sculpt and scalp and beard and all that stuff. The baby doesn't have beards though, so we'll just select the baby there, and make sure you select here if subject is a baby. Just enable that, and we'll go ahead and generate. Alright, and in less than a minute, we will have a cute little new baby on the screen. We can press the J hotkey to focus on the baby's face there. And let's take a look now at the improvements of the shape adjustment mode down here. So if we activate Sculpt Morph mode here, like always, there's the different modes here. There's the face and the more detailed face. And if you mouse over, you can see the hotkeys. They're all Shift X, Shift C, V, B, and N. Okay, so if you hold the Shift key, you can press Shift X, C, V, B, and N, and it goes to the different areas of the Activate Sculpt mode there. You can also press Shift S to activate or deactivate that mode there. Okay. Now, with characters who have lighter skin like this baby here, it may be a little bit difficult to see the control areas unless you mouse over them, and then they become highlighted in yellow. Okay, so now with the version 1.1, we have a dark mode here. If we select dark mode, you can see them a lot better. They become a lot more apparent. You can increase or decrease the opacity to whichever level you want. All right, and for image matching tools, if we select image matching tools down here, we also have the ability to zoom in on the camera percentage-wise. Okay, you can also adjust the lens as well. We'll talk about that possibly in future tutorials. That's just the lens depth there. We'll just reset to the default lens there. And you can also, by the way, scroll your mouse wheel in and out to zoom in and out of your image right there. And hold Alt and your left mouse button, and you can pan back and forth like this. So if I hold Alt and left mouse button there, I can move around just like this. All right, let's take a look quickly by adjusting the character's eyes there. So I'll just press the Shift C hotkey to move over to the eyes there, and we'll zoom in on the eyes. There's also symmetrical, so we're going to adjust both eyes at the same time. I'm just going to go ahead and change the eyelid a little bit. You can see the outline of the eyelid there. Just kind of get that to the level that you want. Move it out here. I think we're not going to worry too much about adjusting that. Just kind of get it to the area we want, so there's no additional kind of messy stuff on the outside there. I think that's fine. The area I wanted to focus on though is the eyeballs. And with the eyeballs, we're actually moving the mesh, not the bones. Okay, so just be aware of that. When you move the mesh of the eyeballs, it's going to the eyeball expression is going to be based on this rotation offset. Okay, so just go ahead and zoom out a little bit. We have symmetrical selected, so I'm going to select both the eyes at the same time. We can move them simultaneously. They're fairly symmetrical actually on this baby. There's a fairly symmetrical eyeball distance. Okay, and again, be aware this is just the mesh that's being adjusted, not the bone at all. Okay, so we can go ahead and deactivate Sculpt Morph mode. We can deactivate our image matching tools. But one thing I wanted to mention as well in this Activate Sculpt Morph mode, if we go over here to our main mode here, our contour mode, if we rotate slightly up, we can see that we have this little square control area on the head. We can click and drag that, increase or decrease the head scale. Okay, so babies normally have larger heads in their bodies, so maybe we want to increase this, significantly there to maybe a level of 79. That's fine, and you can see the head becomes increased or decreased in size there. Okay, so that's kind of fun to play around with as well. All right, let's activate Sculpt Morph mode there, and go down to our texture adjustment, and we're going to take a look at the eye color. Okay, so the baby's eyes on our model are a lot darker than the eyes right here. So what we need to do is make those a little bit bluer and lighter. Now we previously had the option to adjust from these templates here and then manually adjust later. Now we have the option to just select this custom eye color. If we click that, we can it'll pop up with a select color panel here, and we can choose like a lighter color, maybe something like this. And you can see that blue becomes the eye color becomes a lot lighter. And we can adjust from the colors here as well, just to make it a bit more vivid. Something like that would be kind of cool. Maybe a little bit less blue and a little bit more aqua. Okay, I think that works fine right there. It's pretty accurate to what we had before. You can also reset the color back to default by selecting Reset Color. But we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and close this down. And let's take a look at the different skin types. All right, so if we select one of these different skin type templates, say for example sensitive, a new feature is that it'll pop up with this update skin texture message at the bottom. Okay, so we no longer have to scroll down to update the skin texture. It'll just pop up anytime we make a change. So if I select update skin texture right now, that'll just apply this sensitive skin template to our character. You can see there's a little bit of rosacea. I'm going to get rid of my morph mode there. A little bit of rosacea on the side of the face there, okay, which may the baby might have some sort of minor rash or something like that. Let's go ahead and choose something like contour. And again, it'll pop up with this update skin texture dialog box at the bottom there. I'll just go ahead and update that. And then it'll change to a nice rosy sort of cheek right there. Okay, maybe a bit more suitable for our baby. All right, now there's also an option here, a little bit of an issue with our character's upper lip. You can see that the upper lip, there's a little bit of a black section on there, and that's because it's using more of the image than we want it to. What we can do is we can replace this with CC3 generated lips for the upper area there. And the way we do that is we go down here to our blend mask, and we can load this up in Photoshop by clicking Launch here. All right, and our blend mask will pop up here in Photoshop. Let's just zoom in a little bit on the lip area there. Now, what we want to do is we want to actually paint in more black along the upper lip there. So it's using the CC3 auto-generated texture as opposed to the image that we're using. So let's go ahead and make sure we have a brush and black. And we'll just kind of paint a little bit of black up here on the upper lip. Make it a bit higher. Something like that will do, I think. There we go. So all this black area is going to be auto-generated by Character Creator 3. We'll go to File and Save. And then over here in Character Creator, it's going to pop up with the update skin texture. So we can go ahead and just do that. And there you can see that lip issue has now been fixed. And we get a bit more of a nice looking lip on our baby. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of facial expressions we can throw on this baby here. Let's model this baby. We'll go into the Modify tab over here. Under Poses, we have Edit Facial. Under Expression tab, we have a number of different templates. These happy templates, you can see from quizzical to smiley. You can see the cute little baby teeth on our baby there, just like this. We can also go to our Muscle tab there and take the chin, for example, and bring the chin up like this. We can see those cute little teeth a bit more there. You can take things like the eyebrows. I'll just take the eyebrows here, maybe bring it up or bring it down. So our baby can look suave, shrugging his eyebrows like that. We'll just go back to expression here, this happy one. You can also reduce the expressiveness of these templates as well if you want, just for fun. We'll just go ahead and keep a fairly neutral, happy expression. This one looks fairly content. And we'll close this down. There's also body poses you can use for your character. You can go to Edit Pose over here. Or you can also go over here to your pose section, and under the motion tab, we have Hivewire, and let's go, oops, this one here, this tab, there's Baby Luna Starter Pack, a bunch of different baby poses here, like this crawling one. Let's go down there, he's kind of crawling on the ground, creeping and crawling, and here we have maybe like this laying down one. There's a cute little baby just kind of lying down in a manger or whatever. This one is doing a yoga pose, like touching his feet. Those babies are pretty darn flexible. And there's a few others in this content pack as well. And you can purchase this from the content store, just so you're aware. Again, this baby sitting in a modeling pose right here. And here we have our cute little baby in a nice lighting condition, staring out into the brand new world with a nice skin and nice lips and everything like that. And that's basically how you make a baby now, at least in Character Creator 3. All right, what we're going to look at next is a couple of differences between CC3 and CC3 Plus characters in terms of seams and blending between the head and the body meshes, materials rather. Okay, so let's go over here to modify it. We're just going to load in a neutral base, and we're going to load in a CC3 base. Okay, we don't need to save this for now. Let's replace all. And this is going to give us an androgynous, gender-neutral character right here, CC3 base. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to generate a headshot again. So I'm going to go to the Headshot tab. We're going to load an image up. And this time we're going to use a decidedly older fella, Zlatko here. We'll use our current body type, doesn't really matter. Clean soft skin type, it's okay. We'll just go ahead and generate. He's not a baby, so we'll just generate without that enabled. Alright, here is Mr. Zlatko, and you can see right away if we go to the side here, you'll see that the neck right there, right at the neck, there's an issue with the blending. It's kind of a seam that doesn't really seem to blend too well. If we change our lighting to auxiliary lighting up here, or by clicking this, you can kind of see it a bit better on the chin as well. So obviously this is not ideal if you're doing a close-up for your character. You don't want this to be visible. So what we're going to do is we're going to load in a CC3 Plus character and take a look at the difference. Now, aside from loading it from the Load Neutral Base over here, CC3 Plus, we can also go to our Modify tab and we can load Neutral Base. We can also convert it to CC3 Plus here as well. Now, we don't want to load Neutral Base. We want to convert to a CC3 to a CC3 Plus. We can also go up here to Modify and Load Neutral Base and load a CC3 Plus base just this way as well, which we'll go ahead and do. Just replace everything. And in just a moment, we'll see the difference between the CC3 and the CC3 Plus characters in terms of that head and body material seam. Okay, so now we have the CC3 Base Plus character here. Let's go ahead and load in Headshot. We'll load in Zlatko one more time, and we'll just use the same settings, doesn't really matter, and generate. And now you'll see much cleaner blending between the two materials of the head and the body. Basically, no seams at all, and this is the new improvement with Headshot version 1.1 and your Character Creator 3 plus CC3 Plus characters. We can take off the auxiliary light there and get a nice look at it. Let's go ahead and take a look at if we use an even more different skin type here. Let's just go ahead to very old and maybe update the skin texture there. Even with the very old template, we still have flawless blending between the two skin types. Okay, so very, very different here and here, but there's still flawless blending and no seams. If we wanted to have a body that looks, more appropriate for Zlatko's very old face, we can go over here to our projects and under clothed characters here, or rather under avatars, we're going to go to the avatar section and realistic human bonus here. You can see we have the baby there. We have a number of different ones that are come with that realistic human content pack there. And by the way, if you're looking to get these 12 realistic human characters, they come as a free bonus with the Ultimate Digital Human 4-in-1 bundle. You can find on the content store. I'm also going to put a link in the description so you can check it out from there. And there you can see a much more realistic, cool-looking skin texture on this dude here. He's had a bit more time to do the details on him. You can see the body as well, very old and kind of wrinkly there. Let's take a look at what happens if we load in Zlatko's face on this guy. We'll go up to Headshot and load in the image one more time here. Zlatko. This time we're going to use the current body type. We're going to change to clean and rough. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And just go ahead and generate. All right, and here is Zlatko with that same body skin template there. You can see the color changes slightly, and it's blended in quite nicely. However, we can blend it even better by going down to our very old face template one more time there, skin type template, and update the skin texture. And there you go. Nice blending in with the neck and everything as well. You can't see any seams. Flawless blending. The wrinkles are kind of generated all throughout the body and the face there. So not too bad for a couple of simple clicks from a single image. We've generated this cool looking character, and of course you can throw some clothes on him and modify him in various other ways as well. But that's really all I want to show you guys in this tutorial. These are some of the new cool features with the Headshot version 1.1 plugin. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, make sure you check out our forums over at forum.reallusion.com, and I hope to see you in the next video.